Hello, hello, hello. As you can see, we're still adjusting cameras just a little bit. We had a little glitch in things. They're doing bracket time trials right now. So we will be picture in picture and enjoy. They're still expecting to, we're scheduled to go Radial versus the World Qual 1 at 7 p.m. So, you know, get whatever you're going to get and get ready, okay? We'll see you, yeah, bye.
Oklahoma, the 71 Barracuda. Dakota Davis over on the Crowder side of the racetrack. You continue on with the bonus time trial session of our bracket cars here this evening. 006 reaction time in minutes there. That's pretty good. At the 8th of a mile, 663 for Davis, 104 to a 689 and 98 miles an hour on the right-hand side. So anyone watching on Motor Mania's TV's YouTube channel, we welcome you to Osage Casino Tulsa Raceway Park for the Precision Turbo and Engine Radial Revenge Tour. I'm Fabian Brown, and I'm glad to be out here from the East Coast where it's like colder and snowing. Come out to the great state of Oklahoma, Boomer Sooner. We got anybody in the stands out there that went to OU? Like one guy? Again, this got a little bit coming up here. Got Radial versus World qualifying coming up at the top of the hour. Final call for any bracket 2 or bracket 1 cars. Want to make a time shot, bring it to 3 and 4. Bracket 1 and bracket 2, last call. You want to make a bonus time shot, bring it to lanes 3 and 4. And Radial vs. the World, you're on standby. Radial vs. the World. You're on standby.
Okay, I'm back. Okay, yes, it's a fantastic. The weather is splendiferous. I mean, it's really fantastic. We've had like lower 70s, upper 60s with a breeze. Of course, there's always a breeze in Oklahoma. It's sometimes it's a breeze, sometimes it's a wind. The air always moves, and we love it. Anyway, it's has had heavy driplets here yesterday, and so the ground is kind of soft, and I guess Sunday we're expecting some more, but we're going to get this event in today and tomorrow, and we're really excited. Yes, Keith Haney is here. It's our understanding he's going to be driving his car. Dwayne Mills is here. We saw him, and I saw Mark Woodruff. There's several other people from X275 and so on and so forth, but a lot of people, they were still coming in when I was out in the pits, so I'm sure that and there were a lot of holes in the pits, and that's always the case here with Radio Revenge. When I'm out there shooting, there's frequently the pits are kind of sparse, and then it is a working class event, and so people start just pouring in on Friday, and so I'm sure that they'll be pouring in as we're here working. So we're really excited. This is always a good event. We're hoping that it's a safe event, and I did not see the Aleppo car, but
Fabian, just FYI, they can watch it on Motor Media TV on YouTube like it was on live.
Mark's talking to Fabian. So anyway, I'm going to let y'all go. Make sure you get all your snacks and everything, because we're going to have 2 rounds of pro qualifying tonight, mixed in with some bracket time runs, as well as some no time shakedowns. So, okay, y'all have fun, and yeah, let me figure out how to get out of here. Okay, bye.
So again, folks, now's a good time to get yourself something to eat, something to drink, and get settled in as Radio vs. World qualifying will be coming up here in just a little bit. So again, here at 06 Casino Tulsa Raceway Park, go to TulsaRacewayPark.com for all of the news on the upcoming events here at Oklahoma's High Horsepower Playground. And I'll tell you, this event last year, we broke just about every radial track record we could think of. And of course, we all remember the Brandon Pez versus Daniel Ferris run where one car went up and the other one went up and just kept flying. And that video on YouTube has gotten nearly 2.3 million views. Nearly 2.3 million. And somehow Stretch was in the middle of all that. I understand like 2 weeks later he was signing autographs or something. But anyway. Also want to say hello to everybody watching around the world on YouTube, the Motor Mania TV YouTube channel. Almost having great folks at Wiseco for stepping up being a part. Also, the live feed sponsor on Motor Mania TV, Induction Solutions, Bill Atomizer, Pro System Carburetors, Fast Time Motorworks, all putting that the live feed together. As you see the good stuff being sprayed down, it looks like the next class out will be Precision, Turbo and Engine, Proline Racing, RPM Transmissions, Radial versus the World. Currently 62 degrees out there. Humidity at 35%, dew point 33 degrees, and the barometric pressure 30.19 inches. So this is horsepower conditions right here. All right, attention to the pits, ladies and gentlemen. Let me get Proline Racing, Precision Turbo Engine, and RPM Transmissions. Radial versus the World. Your first session of qualifying, the lanes 9 and 10. Radial versus the World, your first session of qualifying, lanes 9 and 10. The RVW, these are lanes 9 and 10 for your first session of qualifying. So again, Radial versus the World. Need your lanes 9 and 10 for your first session of qualifying here this evening. So again, Radial versus the World needs lanes 9 and 10 for your first session of qualifying. We take a look at the track records here at Osage Casino Tulsa Raceway Park. Kyle Littell's got the ET mark at 382 with a 9, and Rob Valden got the speed mark at 208.49. And definitely going to be interesting to see if any track records can go bye-bye tonight, and if the conditions stay the way they are, that's a pretty good possibility. In our X275 category, the runner out of Jersey, Rich Bruder, 443. A record he set at this very race 1 year ago. Speed mark held by Shane Fisher at 163.81 miles per hour. In our MX235 category, Brad Medlock's got both ends of the record, 472 with a 3 at 155.44. And Radial versus the World needs your lanes 9 and 10 for qualifying. Radial versus the World needs your lanes 9 and 10 for your first session of qualifying. And it's going to be a good one here this evening. Again, 2 rounds qualifying tonight, 2 more tomorrow, plus full eliminations in all of our categories. So it's going to be a fun one. And take a look at some of the tech cars right here. Some heavy hitters. Mr. Keith Haney going to be coming out here in a little bit. That Radial versus the World car. Did very well at got down to the semis at the Sweet 16 a week ago. Actually went a few rounds at in February as well. Again, Radial versus the World. Need your lanes 9 and 10, please. Radial versus the World, 9 and 10. Induction Solutions X275, you're on standby. Induction Solutions X275, you're on standby. The Radial versus World drivers, come on. Need your lanes 9 and 10 for that first session of qualifying. This could be like, we could call this the golden session. The sun's still beaming down the racetrack a little bit, so we'll put a little heat into it, and it's just ideal. Next to no wind out there going down the racetrack, so very close to mine shaft conditions. Not quite mine shaft, but definitely record-breaking type of conditions. And I tell you, Keith Haney would love to take the ET mark back here, but there are a couple other guys out there that say, "Hey, this you may have the home field advantage here, but this is why we race on the racetrack and not on paper." In RVW, 9 and 10 for their first session of qualifying. And if you haven't gotten a seat in the grandstands yet, go ahead and get yourself something to eat here. Something to drink, and be ready to go for it'll be a good one.
Induction Solutions, home of the world's fastest nitrous system. With an international name like Induction Solutions, you can expect nothing but the best. We are not like any other nitrous company. We are specialized in higher end and are truly customer based and not cookie cutter. Induction Solutions specialize in the design, installation, flowing, and tuning of nitrous oxide systems. Induction Solutions is the best source for your nitrous systems, as well as nitrous kits and thousands of parts. We have done thousands of nitrous systems over the years on just about any application you can imagine. From street legals to pro mods, we do them all. We are known for our direct port nitrous systems, both wet and dry, as well as plate systems and our very own plenum system, the Punisher. All of our work is custom. Every single system is built specifically for your setup. We are always open to make our customers' nitrous dreams a reality. Check us out today at www.inductionsolutions.com or give us a call at 352-593-5900.
Pro Systems, the world's fastest carburetors, with hundreds and hundreds of world records and championships in almost every venue. Pro Systems carburetors power the fastest vehicles in the world. With in-house CNC machining, the innovative SV1, and fully computerized wet flow testing, our technology, equipment, and expertise are second to none in the fuel performance market. At Pro Systems, we know what it takes to win, and we can make it happen for you. Get serious. Get Pro Systems, the world's fastest.
So RVW, need your lanes 9 and 10, need you now. RVW, Radial versus the World. Need your lanes 9 and 10, need you now. Again, RVW, Radial versus the World. Come on. Need you now. In X275, you're on standby. Induction Solutions X275. You're on standby. In X275, you're on standby. Still need Radial versus the World. Lanes 9 and 10.
Billet Atomizer, the world's fastest racing injector. With over 40 years of experience, we are your #1 source for custom racing injectors and the only injector manufacturer in the world that can specifically target the fuel delivery needs of each application. Atomizer injectors are available. Sizes range from 42 pounds to 800 pounds per hour. Racer input is the key driver of Atomizer injector evolution. You asked, we listen. Available now, the new Roots and Screw Supercharged Pro Nitrous and Fitting Style injectors. These specifically designed injectors utilize features derived directly from racers of each class. Atomizer injectors are designed and manufactured by racers for racers and utilize only 100% U.S. materials and labor. Available now, our new Atomizer 4 racing injector ranges from 800 pounds all the way to 1,500 pounds and are available for your high horsepower single injector methanol application. Visit our website today at www.dragracinginjectors.com or give us a call at 757-250-3773.
And Radial versus the world. Come on, guys and gals. Need you to line in 10 now. X275, you're on standby. And Radial versus the world coming up next here. X275, you're on standby. What kind of numbers we're going to see here this evening? Well, and we'll find out here in just a couple of moments. But I'll tell you right now, if it's any indication on what we saw out of Mark Woodruff, who had the last RVW test hit early, then track record may be going Sayonara City. Radial versus the world, suit up and load up. Radial versus the world, suit up and load up. Radial versus the world, suit up and load up right now. And Radial versus the world, suit up and load up. I'm going to get Induction Solutions X275 to lanes 7 and 8. So again, X275, need lane 7 and 8. X275, need lane 7 and 8. MX235, you're on standby. MX235, you are on standby. But Induction Solutions, X275, need you to lane 7 and 8. And Radial vs. the World, lanes 9 and 10 should be suiting up and loaded up. You're coming up next. All right, there's our beer girl, Maria, over there on the spectator side of the racetrack. And again, remember, 21 means 21. You can always choose a designated driver and also be generous. You know, Maria, she's working hard out there. And trust me, if I could have a beer right now, I'd have one. So here we go, Radial versus the World. Before we get going out there, any active, reserve, retired U.S. Armed Forces members or first responders, if you're in the grandstands, stand right now, please. Active, reserve, retired U.S. Armed Forces or first responders. Tulsa Raceway Park, how about we give those fighting men and women a big round of applause. Thank you for all that you've done for us and that we can come out here and have some fun this evening. So thank you. And also all of our men and women who are watching on Motor Mania TV YouTube channel, thank you. But now, Radial versus the World. First session of qualifying coming at you right now. And how about the man who just a week ago down there at South Georgia Motorsports Park set the RVW world on its ear. Mark Mickey, who, I tell you, where in the world did that 362 come from? And took home that 101 grand at the Sweet 16 race. And so here we go. So Osage Casino, Tulsa Raceway Park. Are you ready? So here we are, Radial versus the World, first session of qualifying. Mark Mickey can go on a solo on the Crower side of the racetrack. And keep in mind the track record right now, and I really, quote unquote, right now, is 382 with a 9. Speed mark 208.49. If what could possibly happen happens right now, both ends of that record could go sayonara right now. So here we are, Mark Mickey, Jefferson City, Missouri, 78 Chevrolet Malibu. Again, set the Radial versus the World on its ear with that 362 at 221 miles an hour. So let's watch. So we are live on the Motor Mania TV YouTube channel. There's lots of folks watching right now as they're going to pull the car into the pre-stage beams. Once he pre-stages, he has approximately 7 inches before he's actually on the starting line. And once he stages, all 3 ambers going to flash for 0.4 of a second as turbo spooling up. Mark Mickey, Radial versus the world. Oh man, struck the tires, but you could tell he was going for the home run ball right there. Not the run they were looking for, 597 at 115 miles an hour. But again, they still have one more qualifying session tonight. So how about this one? Justin Martin, Pecola, Oklahoma, and Big Daddy Dwayne Mills, Sand Springs, Oklahoma, the Golden Gorilla. So here we are, Battle of Chevrolet. Justin Martin and Big Daddy Dwayne Mills and the Golden Gorilla. The stretch says, okay, the Chiefs start here at Osage Casino Tulsa Raceway Park. Final call for Radial versus the world. Final call for Radial versus the world. X275 should be in 7 and 8. MX235, you're on standby. Here are our first pair. Justin Martin on the Crowler side. Dwayne Mills, Sand Springs, Oklahoma. Golden Gorilla. And you know, Kaylee is paying very close attention to this run because this could actually help her qualifying efforts out. She comes out here in just a little bit. Look at the tire, Justin Martin, 432, 186 miles an hour, but I'm sure not going to be much happy with that run, but it puts him number 1 for now. Dwayne Mills, he went for the home run ball himself and only goes to 765. That'll put him 3rd for the time being. But again, these guys really want to take a swing at putting her in the 3-second zone and then working from there. But you see, Justin Martin got the better of the 3 runs thus far. But got a couple more heavy hitters back there. Now here comes the man himself, Keith Haney. Broken Arrow, Oklahoma. That 2015 Chevrolet Camaro, 959 cubic inch motor. And I tell you, this car last year with Brandon Pez driving it, it almost took flight, and Daniel Ferris did take flight. You know my name, that's right, Keith Haney. Co-owner here at Osage Casino Tulsa Raceway Park, and man, oh man, what a racer he is. Got to the semifinals of the Sweet 16 a week ago, where unfortunately he red-lighted. So can Keith Haney go to the number 1 spot right now, which is a 432 from Justin Martin. So Keith Haney purging the nitrous oxide. Then he'll roll it up in pre-stage beams. Again, one of the heavy hitters in the RVW goes to the Duck X production race at South Georgia. And he said he was looking forward to this race. Been a couple of years since he's actually competed. 380 new track record. Keith Haney takes it away. And I tell you that he didn't really have all of it, but he took enough. Keith Haney takes the track record. 380 with a 7:198.17. So Keith Haney says, you want some? Come and get it. Wow. Good, solid run for Keith Haney. A sub 1 second, 60-foot time. Candles lit all the way through the 1/8 of a mile. So he goes to the number 1 spot by over half a second. Justin Martin, 2 at 4:32. Mark Mickey, 3rd at 5:97. And Dwayne Mills on the bottom, number 4 at 7:65. So Keith takes the track record. So Taylor Laster out of Texas coming up next, and he saw that 380 put up by Haney. So Taylor Laster, 959 cubic inches in this car. Now, again, he knows Keith Haney won the 380, took the track record. But now they're chasing who can be the first RVW car in an official qualifying round going to the 70s here. I tell you, a lot of track records were broken in this race last year. I believe all of them in the radial world were broken in this racetrack last year. Here we go. Taylor Laster struck the tires. So he's not going to be happy with this run. Just 681 at 100 miles an hour. That'll put him in the number 4 qualifying spot. So right now, Keith Haney, the track record holder, number 1, 380. Then you got Justin Martin still sitting in that second spot, 432. You got Mark Mickey, Taylor Laster, Dwayne Mills, your top 5. We have one more RVW car waiting in the wings. Tim, the Underdog Slavens out of Marshfield, Missouri. So can Tim put a good run together? We've only seen one solid run in the session. Of course, that was Keith Haney, 380, which I'm sure when they told him on the radio that not only did he get the 380, but he took the track record away, I'm sure he's happy with that run, but he wants to go 70s. So you're going to get yourself some drink from concessions, and, man, it's going to be a wild one. Yeah, another qualifying round coming up tonight for all of our classes after this first one as the engine comes alive for the underdog. Tim Slavin, Marshfield, Missouri. So the underdog, Tim Slavin's that beautiful looking 69 Chevy Camaro, sweet looking race car. Never loved the paint job on this thing. Doing that burnout. So can he try to take a shot at the 3 second zone, or more or less take a shot at the number one spot held by Haney? Right now, this will be the last car for Radial versus the World qualifying session number one. Got X275 coming up in a little bit. And I'd say, looking at my monitor at back in the stage lane, we got a heavy list of X275 cars here tonight. I got a feeling that track record is going bye-bye, and it's going bye-bye tonight. The man who owns that track record, Rich Bruder out of New Jersey. It's going to be an interesting show. Final car here for Radial versus the World. Here at Aerospace Casino, Tulsa Raceway Park, the 2018 Precision Turbo and Engine Radial Revenge Tour. As the sun sets back behind us, and look down the racetrack, that beautiful moon that's rising in the sky. Looking Slavins. Go to number one, or go in the threes? No. And you tell he took a shot at it as well. 688, only 89 miles per hour. So right now, Keith Haney, your number one qualifier and the new track record holder. Your 6 cars. So coming up next will be Induction Solutions X275.
Induction Solutions, home of the world's fastest nitrous system. With an international name like Induction Solutions, you can expect nothing but the best. We are not like any other nitrous company. We are specialized in higher end and are truly customer based and not cookie cutter. Induction Solutions specialize in the design, installation, flowing, and tuning of nitrous oxide systems. Induction Solutions is the best source for your nitrous systems, as well as nitrous kits and thousands of parts. We have done thousands of nitrous systems over the years on just about any application you can imagine. From street legals to pro mods, we do them all. We are known for our direct port nitrous systems, both wet and dry, as well as plate systems, and our very own plenum system, the Punisher. All of our work is custom. Every single system is built specifically for your setup. We are always open to make our customers' nitrous dreams a reality. Check us out today at www.inductionsolutions.com or give us a call at 352-593-5900.
coming up later on the night. So Eric Moore and Devin Brown will be our first two. Texas and Missouri. So here we go. Eric Moore, Sandra, Texas. Devin Brown, Mount Vernon, Missouri, 2001. Chevrolet Camaro. That'll be our first two out. We got any Ford fans out there here in Tulsa tonight? Chevrolet fans out there? We got a few. Just waiting for everything to set in, and then we're going to go to X275. Here we go. Here we go. Moore and Brown. So the Fox body. Take it on the Camaro. Oh, not the burnout Eric Moore was looking for there. And Devin Brown, I'd say he's probably made one of the top three of most test hits so far in the last 2 days. I think he won the 470s or the 460s last night in testing, so he's made a lot of laps, got a lot of data. And this is around the time yesterday when he made a lot of those hits. Of course, it's a little warmer now than it was 24 hours ago. As Stretch has said, all right, Eric, let's go. So the 400 cubic inch Ford Mustang over on the left-hand side is the nitrous oxide purge from Devin Brown. 2001 Chevrolet Camaro. The first pair out of X275 qualifying. MX235, you're on standby. And MX235, you're on standby. Here we go, Eric Moore, Devin Brown. First pair out, X275. Here they go, much better. How do you do? 452, Eric Moore, 165. Devin Brown, 466, 147. So, man, and by the way, Eric Moore on the 165, new track record. That's 2 of them gone already tonight. 2 track records gone already. and we're not even close to being done just yet. But I'll tell you, that Camaro, he left on him, and then Eric's like, okay. Came on around him, got the 452, and the new track record for speed, 165. As Odie Sturgeon out of Moore, Oklahoma, 2010 Chevrolet Camaro, and John Hurd out of the Harp, Kansas, and that's 71 Chevy Nova, 584 cubic inch power plant. And Odie Sturgeon, one of the sponsors putting this event together this weekend. Great guy. So how about this pair here? Two Chevrolets. And Odie Sturgeon knows this racetrack very, very well. It's made a lot of laps again over the last 2 days. John Hurd, we've made a couple. But they're going to pre-stage and get ready to go to war. And here we go. 465, 150 for John. Odie goes 477, 152. So John Hurd will go to number 2 spot. Odie Sturgeon, number 4. And Eric Moore still out front, that 452. The X275 really bringing their A game here this evening as the next pair out. Shane Fisher, who just lost his track record just a couple moments ago. Taking on Shane Hagel out of Baytown, Texas. And Baytown's right around Houston. That's, you know, where Royal Purple Raceway down in the Houston area. And Shane Fisher from DeWitt, Arkansas. 1993 Ford Mustang, pair of Mustangs, ready to do battle. Remember, Fisher, as I said moments ago, Fisher had problems in the testing session earlier today. Only made one run. Had a good run going about 300 feet, then boom. Again, right now, these guys, I see Hackle purging the nitrous oxide over on the Grand Prix side of the racetrack. Shane Fisher, the pride of Arkansas. So here we are. As again, the lights are they start to come on here in a little bit. It'll be a little Friday night lights action. Goes 445, 158. Wow, man, oh man. Shane Hagel goes to the top. 158 miles per hour and just missed Rich Bruder's track record by 0.02 of a second. So Shane Heckel says, you want some, come and get it. Great A to B run. Going to the number 1 spot for Shane Heckel. And Shane Fisher had problems on the run, 1063. So our next pair out, Cecil Whitaker out of Dexter, Missouri, and Billy Smith out of Montgomery, Texas. Now, Billy, he's hoping for a good run here because that car has not made it down the racetrack at all yet this weekend. Not at all. Cecil Whitaker, this will be his first run of the weekend. So again, folks, welcome anybody just joining us here at 06 Tulsa Raceway Park, whether it be in the stands or on the Motor Mania TV YouTube channel. I'm Fabian Brown, and I'm honored and privileged to be here this weekend as we've already seen 2 track records go bye-bye tonight. Keith Haney taking the ET mark in Radial versus the World, and just moments ago, Shane Heckle, the speed mark. In X275. And for what it's worth, my opponent Eric Moore took the speed mark. Shane Heckle just missing Rich Bruder's ET record. So Whitaker and Smith. And problems for Billy Smith. Cecil Whitaker. He goes like 454, 162. It's a good lap there for Cecil Whitaker. And Billy Smith continues to struggle. Whitaker goes to the number 3 spot. Smith number 7. Oh, good. So there, our next pair coming up. How about Rodney Hot Rod Dow out of Haynesville, Kansas, the 89 Mustang, and Marty Chance out of Cheney, Kansas, the 87 Mustang. Sounds like Marty lost fire out there, so starter stretch going to take a look to see if he can get it refired, and it looks like he has. So good burnout there for Marty Chance. Again, right now, your top 8 in X275. Shane Heckle, number 1, 445. Eric Moore, number 2, 452. Cecil Whitaker, 3rd at 454. And John Hurd rounds out your top 4 at 465, followed by Devin Brown, Odie Sturgeon, Billy Smith, and Shane Fisher. So the battle of the Ford Mustangs. As both of these guys try to put down some good numbers. Marty made some tests intro today. I do not believe Rodney Dow did. But as these RPMs starting to come up. Marty's in. Hot Rod's in. There they go. Next Marty Chance ran him down. 441 new track record. The 3rd one of the night. And Marty Chance has it. We promised you track records were going bye-bye tonight, and both ends of the X275 track record is gone in session 1. And Kenny Hubbard hadn't even run yet. But here he is right there. Kenny Hubbard out of Montgomery, Texas. Chevy Nova and Travis Gore out of Independence, Missouri. So how about that? Kenny Hubbard, Chevrolet Nova, Montgomery, Texas. Travis Gore, Independence, Missouri, the 85 Mustang, 440 cubic inches. As Kenny Hubbard purging that nitrous oxide again, they both saw this is a good indicator. The track is there. No question, the track is there. It's just all up to the drivers, the crew chief, to get the power from the motor through the drivetrain to the wheels and down 660 feet here at Osage Casino Tulsa Raceway Park. And Frank Soldridge, if you're watching, get well soon, Frank. We miss you. We love you. Again, get well soon. To a 477, and some smoke down there at the far end of the racetrack, and starter stretch shutting them down as we're We're going to go take a look at the far end of the racetrack.
Billet Atomizer, the world's fastest racing injector. With over 40 years of experience, we are your #1 source for custom racing injectors and the only injector manufacturer in the world that can specifically target the fuel delivery needs of each application. Atomizer injectors are available. Sizes range from 42 pounds to 800 pounds per hour. Racer input is the key driver of Atomizer injector evolution. You asked, we listened. Available now, the new Roots and Screw supercharged low nitrous and fitting style injectors. These specifically designed injectors utilize features derived directly from racers of each class. Atomizer injectors are designed and manufactured by racers for racers and utilize only 100% U.S. materials and labor. Available now, our new Atomizer 4 racing injector ranges from 800 pounds all the way to 1,500 pounds and are available for your high horsepower single injector methanol application. Visit our website today at www.dragracinginjectors.com or give us a call at 757-250-3773.
They will not send anything down this racetrack until they are confident and sure that it's 100% safe to do so. And if it's not, well, they'll take care of it, work on it till it is. And waiting to get the all clear here. All right, so the red lights have been deactivated, which means the track is clear. And we are going to get back at it. But how about it? As here's Kaylee Mills, the Golden Panda out of Sand Springs, Oklahoma, 68 Camaro. Matt Witt coming up on the right-hand side. Skyview Racing entry. And also want to thank Sammy up here, our tower director, for all her hard work, and God bless Sammy for having to put up with me for the next couple of days. And definitely want to thank again the entire staff here at TRP for the tremendous hospitality. You know, Keith Haney and Rhonda and Stretch and Earl and all the guys and gals here. An honor, privilege to be here as Kaylee. I guarantee you, she's learned a lot from the first few runs, especially off of Dad's car when he ran. Maybe they go back and make a couple adjustments to a couple things to help her out. So that's the advantage of having two cars competing, that you can pass information back from one to the other. And we'll see what happens with Kaylee here. One of the few ladies in the radio world, but definitely not one to be taken lightly. And honestly, I gotta believe it will not be long before we possibly Kaylee stepping up to. I would love to see her in an RVW car in the near future. And could you imagine Kaylee versus Dwayne in a final in RVW? Dwayne, love you, buddy, but I gotta put my money on Kaylee. So Miss Mills, left-hand side, and Matt Witt. And those are both started there. There goes Matt. And Kelly's out one down. She broke the beam. 517, 131. Cali not going to be happy with that run. So Chris Swain at Claremore, Oklahoma, the 93 Ford Mustang, and Todd Moyer, Pasadena, Texas. We get MX 235 to lanes 5 and 6, please. MX 235 lanes 5 and 6. MX 235 lanes 5 and 6. Here we go, Chris Swain, Todd Moyer. There goes Todd. And he turns it off, 455, 158 to a 469, 154 for Chris Swain. There goes numbers 5 and 9. Here's again, MX 235, needs you to 5 and 6. MX 235, needs you to lanes 5 and 6. Jimmy White out of Memphis, Tennessee in the 89 Ford Mustang, and Dave Pierce out of Claremore, Oklahoma, the 85 Chevrolet Camaro. So right now they're all chasing. Marty Chance, 441, new track record for ET. And to get into the top part of the field now, the up above number 8, you gotta go quicker than a 466. And it wasn't that long ago that a 466 and X275 was unheard of. Rhonda, please report to the office. Rhonda, please report to the office. Thank you, ma'am. To a 478, 162, 41 for Jimmy White. And how about Jimmy White going 13th, Dave Pierce 9th. Separated about a 10th of a second. And I'll tell you about Dave Pierce only 149, so I gotta believe there's plenty more in that car. As the next pair up, Randy Matlick at Wentzville, Missouri, the 92 Mustang, and John Davidson at Topeka, Kansas, the 80 Chevrolet Malibu, another one with a beautiful paint job. Again, MX 235, need your lanes 5 and 6, please. MX 235 needs your lanes 5 and 6. MX 235, need your lanes 5 and 6, please. An MX235 needs your lanes 5 and 6. So Randy Matlock, Wentzville, Missouri. You know who's from Wentzville? Remember the guy by the name of Bill Coolman? First go 200 back in like 30-some years ago in South Sportsman car. Wheels up, wheels up! On to it, 510, 140. But how about put your hands together for John Davidson? What a wild ride that was. Woohoo! Randy Matlock, 526, 104. But, man, John Davidson, he was looking up in the sky for the longest time. Whoo! Oh, my. At a Parker, Colorado. 93 Mustang and Reggie Rabbit Richard. And Brian Brooks, I'm sure he's here because yesterday around this time in Parker, Colorado, it was snowing. So Reggie Rabbit on the right-hand side. And they're all chasing as 20 cars officially taking time. Again, MX235 should be in 5 and 6. MX235 should be in 5 and 6. Don't forget, we have another qualifying session coming up later on the night. So, man, oh, man, I'm sure a lot of these drivers that maybe missed on the setup in the first session going to come out with something more. 61. The good run there for Brian Brooks as Reggie 922 to only 67 miles per hour. So Brian Brooks goes to number 3 spot. So you have Marty Chance, number 1 qualifier, 441. Shane Heckle, number 2, 445.6. And Brian Brooks rounds out your top 3 at 449. But man, oh man. The fire coming out of the headers there on the right-hand side. That's Kendall, the show Dean. So Tony Whitemore out of Hayes, Kansas, 71 Nova, and Kendall Dean out of Wichita, 67 Chevrolet Nova. So here we are, 2 Chevrolets. Hoping to put down some good numbers here. As Whitmore goes in full stride. 470, 151 to a 485 at 146. So getting down the racetrack from A to B. Let me give the no time cars to 7 and 8, please. No time cars. Need your lane 7 and 8. Get the no time cars 7 and 8. J.D. Campbell on the left-hand side. And, of course, the man Phil Hines, Lebanon, Ohio. 2001 Mustang. Phil Hines, a multi-time NMRA world champion over in the Street Outlaw category. I'm sure he's getting ready for Atlanta next week. For Campbell, Phil Hines, 522, 127. Again, your track record for MX235 is Brad Medlock, 472, 154. Again, in every class we've run thus far, the ET mark's gone. One speed mark gone. The MX235 coming up. Our first pair out. Chris Maggart, Lee Summit, Missouri, on the right-hand side. Robbie Clark at a Pleasant Hill, Missouri, on the left-hand side. So Maggart, they got a LSX power play under the hood, and Robbie Clark, that 81 Chevrolet Camaro, he made a lot of test hits. The first pair out of MX235. Again, is Brad Medlock. Is his track record in any danger? By the way things have been going tonight, probably. Again, no time cars need you. The lanes 7 and 8, no time cars need you lanes 7 and 8. 140 for Clark, 526, 113 for Chris Maggart. Obviously, they'll go numbers 1 and 2. Again, need the Pro Charger no time class to the lanes, please. Lanes 5 and 6. My apologies, 7 and 8. Need the no time class. Pro Charger no time. Need you lanes 7 and 8. All right, attention, we get bracket 2, lanes 5 and 6. Bracket 2, lanes 5 and 6. So Chris Webb and Kendall going. Chris Webb at Topeka, Kansas, 78 Malibu, and Kendall going, Independence, Missouri, in the 88 Mustang. Both these drivers made a lot of test hits over the last 2 days. What will it mean now here in qualifying? 471 takes away the track record. My, oh my, they did it again. New track record for Kendall going 471. So how about it? In every class, the track ET record went bye-bye. The new track record holder of MX235. So that'll be it for MX235. We got the Pro Charger No Time category coming up. So here we go, the no time cars coming up. So Bobby Kruk and Barry Lutz, our first pair of the Pro Charger no time. Think about these guys. Only thing that requires small tire, run what you brought. That's it. First to the finish line wins. Here we go. First pair of no time. In bracket 2, needed a 5 and 6. Bracket 1 to 3 and 4. Bracket 2 to lanes 5 and 6, and bracket 1 to 3 and 4. In bracket 2 needs lanes 5 and 6. Bracket 1 to 3 and 4. There you go, the no timers. There they go. Clay Seelig and Kevin Copeland. How about that? A 1934 Ford Coupe. I love this car. So Clay Seelig out of Arkansas over on the left-hand side. Again, he's want to take a shot at the big money. Kevin Copeland, 34 Ford Coupe out of Oklahoma. Yeah, bracket 2 needs you to 5 and 6. Bracket 1, 3 and 4. Jason Copeland, 69 Camaro, also out of Oklahoma, coming up next. In bracket 2, needs you to 5 and 6. Bracket 2 needs you to 5 and 6, and bracket 1 needs you to 3 and 4. Once again, bracket 2. Needs your lanes 5 and 6. Bracket 2 needs your lanes 5 and 6. Bracket 1 needs your lanes 3 and 4. Brandon Carter coming up, be our last no timer. Good run there for Brandon. That'll be it for the Pro Charger No Time class. Got some bracket time runs coming up here next. In bracket 2 to 5 and 6, bracket 1 to 3 and 4. In bracket 2 to 5 and 6, bracket 1, 3 and 4. So Chris Miller out of Bartlettsville, Oklahoma, and Larry Ashlock out of Sand Springs, Oklahoma. In bracket 1 to 3 and 4, bracket 1 and 3 and 4, bracket 2 to 5 and 6, you're on track right now. This is part of our sportsman portion of the event. The Weekend Warriors of TRP. Again, they'll be running their eliminator tomorrow. It's getting some time runs in tonight. Don't forget, folks, we have one more qualifying session to go. And what will we see? Will we see how many more track records will go down tonight? We've already broken 4. By the way, the TRP track record for most track records broken in a night and one weekend, 7. Here we go, Miller and Ashlock. Oh, big problems for Larry Ashlock, so the car gets sideways. 589, 117 for Miller. Ashlock goes 10:04, 47 miles an hour. So Sean Mattenfield out of Oklahoma, the 82 S10. 0:20 reaction time. So again, bracket cars, if you haven't made your run yet, bring it to the lanes. Bracket 2, 5, and 6. Bracket 1, 3, and 4. Corey Coffey, they call him Slim, and Chris Wiggers on the left-hand side. So Dakota Davis and Wade Metzinger. Okay, bracket 1, bracket 2, bring it to the lanes for a time shot if you haven't gotten it yet. Both sides, Dakota at the top end, 664 to a 689. All right.
Pro Systems, the world's fastest carburetors, with hundreds and hundreds of world records and championships in almost every venue. Pro Systems carburetors power the fastest vehicles in the world. With in-house CNC machining, the innovative SV1, and fully computerized wet flow testing, our technology, equipment, and expertise are second to none in the fuel performance market. At Pro Systems, we know what it takes to win, and we can make it happen for you. Get serious. Get Pro Systems, the world's fastest.
Kryptonite Customs, high-impact, high-definition wraps, cars, trucks, SUVs, windows, signs, trailers, boats, buses, racing and commercial, even golf carts. Custom designs, solids, gloss, metallics, textures, even chrome. If you can imagine it, we can wrap it. The premier custom car and truck wrap shop, located in Broken Arrow, Oklahoma. Call us today. Let the transformation begin at Kryptonite Customs. From small residential jobs to large commercial jobs, Mills Truck and Tractor, we have all the right equipment to tackle all jobs big and small. From clearing lots to building ponds, Mills Truck and Tractor services are ready to get started today.
At F&S Dirt,
Radial vs. the World is your 20-minute heads up where we call you in for Q2. Radial vs. the World will be calling you to the lane for your second qualifying session in about 20 minutes. So once again, folks, Radial vs. the World, about 20 minutes from now, we'll call you up for your second qualifying session. Again, we'll do it all again. Everybody's going to get another run tonight. There are 2 more tomorrow, and then full eliminations. Here, the 2018 Precision Turbo and Engine Radial Revenge Tour here at Osage Casino, Tulsa Raceway Park.
Howdy, gang. It's me. Hey, just coming off the scaffold, waiting for them to get ready for round 2 here. A couple of days ago, Dan Parker contacted me. Now, you guys, most of you guys probably know, well, hopefully you know who he is. Dan Parker is a prior ADRL Pro Nitrous World Champion 2005 and built race cars. He's been involved in drag racing a very, very long time. Was involved in an accident 6 years ago, actually 6 years ago tomorrow, at Steele, Alabama, at Alabama Dragway. And as a result of the accident, he lost his eyesight. One of the things that Dan has decided he's going to do, or decided he was going to do, was that he was not going to allow that to impact him. Okay, it wasn't going to stop him from being a machinist and doing all the things that he was doing before, and he has been doing those things. So he set a record on the Bonneville Salt Flats, and he has now got his sights to go back and drive a pro mod again. And there's already been a blind guy over in the, I believe it's in the UK, that has been over 200 miles an hour, just a little over 200 miles an hour. And Dan wants to bring that record back to the United States. And so he is working away. He's got a Corvette that he is building, and he's got a GoFundMe going. And we've actually donated here from Motormania TV. And we're going to run this video piece and let you guys look at this. And if you're so desire to help out, I think this is probably a great cause. You know, we do an awful lot in our community for folks when they're hurting, and you know, folks tear their cars up, and we help them. And I tell you, he's not that far away. He's I think just a little under $5,000. He needs to raise $20,000, and I bet you in the next couple of weeks we get this out there, and folks could easily push him over the top. So if you're looking for a worthy cause, this is absolutely one of them. Alrighty guys, I'm going to run this piece, and it's about 2.5 minutes long. Enjoy, and when we come back, we'll go back to the track, and then you'll see Joanne's smiling face.
Or not.
Dan Parker of Columbus, Georgia, has raced since he was just 8 years old, and nothing, not even going blind, was able
be for the rest of my life.
It came to me that, you know, to have a purpose, you know, to have a goal, you know, that I've always been a goal-oriented type person. So to have a goal would get me out in the shop. This was about my healing process, but it's also about giving other blind people hope. And that's what, you know, I want them to know, that there's so many goals in life. Everybody doesn't have to be a motorcycle racer, but you know, there's so many things in life that are obstacles to blind people, and there's a way around it.
Hey y'all, while we're sitting here, why don't we take another look at that wheel stand in X275? That was pretty spectacular. Okay? Wait a second, let me figure out where I'm at, and we will go.
You know, hope everybody's had a good time thus far, and especially the folks watching on YouTube, the Motor Mania TV YouTube channel. As again, won't be long before we get into our second session of qualifying here. But man, oh man, how about Keith Haney on top of the world right now? New track record. Marty Chance of the new track record. Couple track records gone by here so far tonight. Also, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget tomorrow morning at 9:30 a.m. in the media room here at the tower, the very first floor of the media room, will be the Racers for Christ non-denominational chapel service. Of course, everyone is more than welcome to attend. That's tomorrow morning at 9:30 will be the Racers for Christ non-denominational chapel service. Everyone is welcome to attend. And for more, go to www.teamrfc.org. That's www.teamrfc.org. All right, attention to the pits. Bracket 2. Go ahead and bring it back to lanes 5 and 6. We'll give you another time run here. Bracket 2, bring it to 5 and 6. If you want another time run, bracket 1, bring it to 3 and 4. Bracket 2, bring it to 5 and 6 for another time run. And bracket 1, bring it to 3 and 4 for a time run. And RVW, the guys are getting the cars ready to go for the second qualifying session. Give them a little bit more time. So again, bracket 2, 5 and 6. Bracket 1, lanes 3 and 4. So once again, bracket 2, bring it to 5 and 6. Bracket 1, 3 and 4. Drake Christensen, please come to race control. Drake Christensen, please come to race control. Drake Christensen, please come to race control. So once again, bracket 2, bring it to 5 and 6. Bracket 1, 3 and 4. Bracket 2, 5 and 6. Bracket 1, 3 and 4 for another time trial. And this will be your last one of the night. So bracket 2, if you want another time shot, bring it to 5 and 6. Bracket 1, bring it to 3 and 4 for your time shot. This will be your last one of the night if you want it. So bracket 2, 5 and 6. Bracket 1, 3 and 4. All right, let's go bracket 2, 5, and 6, bracket 1, 3, and 4. Radio versus the world, you're on standby. Radio versus the world, you're on standby. All right, racers, if you need fuel, fuel will be closing in 30 minutes. Here we go. Bracket time trial. Banfield and Metzinger. 685 to 754. Again, Drake Christensen, please come to race control. Drake Christensen, please come to race control. There's William Conley. So 809, 81 miles per hour. Here comes Slim. Here's Slim. So here we go. No further reaction time there for Slim. It goes 540, 126. So good run there for Slim. All right, let me get Radial versus the World for your second qualifying session. To the stage lanes, please. Radial versus the World. Your second qualifying session, lanes 9 and 10. Radial versus the World. Second qualifying session, lanes 9 and 10. Don't forget the Racers for Christ non-denominational chapel service tomorrow morning at 9:30 a.m. in the media room in the tower. Of course, everyone is more than welcome to attend as Stickum Stuff's going down. Again, the crew here at Osage Casino Tulsa Raceway Park have done a phenomenal job. 4 track records broken tonight thus far. All right, ladies and gentlemen, there is a Chevy Silverado, white Chevy Silverado, Oklahoma plate. EUU 997. You are parked where you're not supposed to be, so either move it now or we will move it for you. And my understanding, they're putting fuel in the backhoe to do it. White Chevy Silverado, Oklahoma tag, EUU 997. If that's your truck, we need you to move it immediately, or the backhoe will move it for you. Once again, Radial versus the World, need your lanes 9 and 10 for qualifying. Radial versus the World, need your lanes 9 and 10 for qualifying. Again, Radial versus the World. 9 and 10, please. X275, you're on standby. Attention to the pits. Final call for Radial versus the World. Lanes 9 and 10. Final call for Radial versus the World. Lanes 9 and 10. I need X275 to lanes 7 and 8. X275 lanes 7 and 8. X275 lanes 7 and 8. Radial versus the World. Suit up, please. Radial versus the World. Suit up, please. Radial versus the World. Suit up, please. X275 to 7 and 8. Production Solutions X275 needs you. Lane 7 and 8. And Radial versus the World should be suiting up. X75. He needs you to lane 7 and 8. So again, we saw one track record go down. So let me give you the rundown right now of the 6 cars that ran in that first section. Dwayne Mills, not the run he would have wanted, 765, only 74 miles per hour. In the 6th spot, Tim, the underdog Slavens, number 5 at 688 with a 2. And Taylor Laster in the 4th spot at 681. Mr. Sweet 16, Mark Miggy, 597, not the run he would have wanted either. Justin Martin, number 2 at 432. And, of course, the man of the hour, Keith Haney. New track record, 380 at 198 miles per hour. But I tell you, Dwayne Mills, Mark, and all the guys, they are looking to knock one out of the park, hopefully, in this final session of the night. Again, they got 2 more tomorrow, plus eliminations. Radio versus the World coming around the corner now. So can we see 370s in this session? What about 200 miles an hour? Well, we'll have to wait and see, because I'm sure. So Randall says maybe. I'm going. I'm thinking, yeah. I think we might just see one. So here we go, folks. So Justin Martin, your number 2 qualifier. And he was the first one that really laid down a decent number in that first session until some guy out of Broken Arrow, Oklahoma, named Keith Haney came up and said, all right, I got you. So Martin, 72 Nova, number 2 qualifier at 432, 186 miles an hour. Doing the burnout. We kick it off here with RVW. So, and I gotta believe that Justin Martin maybe isn't gonna shoot for a 380, try to beat Haney. I think he probably will, if he can improve, maybe go about maybe a 15 or an 0. That's probably a pretty safe bet, because you don't want to, if you don't want to really go for it. I mean, when you're half second behind, but you just, I mean, you never know. So Randall's going 410. I'm gonna go maybe a little quicker. I'm gonna go 404. That would be both of those are about 2.5 to 3/10 improvements. Plus, Justin Martin didn't make the cleanest run. It was a decent one, wasn't a clean one. As the girlfriend, Kate Charlton, is watching back in Gainesville, Virginia. Maybe 425, 185. So he did improve a little bit. But he had a 114 short time, so probably not the short time he would have looked for. But hey, he improved a little bit, and you know it's little by little. So here comes the Golden Gorilla, Big Daddy, Dwayne Mills, who I'm sure he was not happy at all with that first run. Out of Sand Springs, Oklahoma, that beautiful-looking Camaro. And the underdog, Tim Slave, is out of Marshfield, Missouri. He has 69 Camaro, currently 5th at a 688. So the question, does Dwayne Mills try to make A to B pass, or does he try to go after Keith Haney's 380? Honestly, I think he's going to do both, because he definitely has the power definitely has the experience on this racetrack to run the numbers. So this is very, very similar to possibly what the final round may be like tomorrow night. And Tim, the underdog, looking to see, can he possibly drop it into the 4-second zone? Because remember, right now, if you're sitting number 6 and the order doesn't change between tonight and tomorrow, you got Haney round number 1. So Dwayne Mills is pre-stage waiting on Slavens. He's in there. As the booth starting to build. Dwayne Mills, Crowder side, Grand Prix side, Tim Slavens. Waiting on Slavens to stage, really taking his time. And Dwayne Mills, 388.206. Are you kidding me? 206 miles an hour for the underdog. Oh, baby. Man, oh, man, that was a good one. My, oh, my. Tim Slavens, 388.206. Wow. And I guarantee you that got Keith Haney's attention right there. Now, here's Mark Mickey, the man who just a week ago set the RVW world on its ear and just kicked everybody. And his bank account is still cha-chinging. Jefferson City, Missouri, number 4 at 597. Now we know what this car is capable of. And he just saw Slavens go 388.206. So here we are, Mark Mickey. And the currently 4th, 597. So here we go, Mark Mickey. Spooling it up. Oh, man, I tell you, Mark was going for the home run ball on that one. 103.60 foot, 568. So, man, that kept him in the 4th spot. Dwayne Mills 5th, Taylor Laster down in the 6th. But how about so far, Tim Slavens? If you told me he was going 388.206, I probably wouldn't have believed you. But hey, he can, Randall, like you were saying, if he can get that 60-foot time figured out, he may be in trouble. But here is the man. So here's Keith Haney, the track ET record holder, 380, 198 miles per hour, and he knows the track is there. He knows this racetrack. Well, the question, what will Keith Haney do? If the car starts to get loose, will he pedal it, or will he shut it down? Or will Keith Haney go A to B? And I got to believe that Keith Haney, he doesn't know the meaning of the word, take it easy. That, you know what, it's wide open or nothing. I got to believe he's going for that 70. We've had cars run 70s unofficially in testing here at Tulsa Raceway Park, but never in an official qualifying round. So can Keith Haney do it again? As lots of folks are chiming in on the live feed on YouTube, the Motormania TV live feed. So Keith Haney, pre-staged, Broken Arrow, Oklahoma. Yeah, 379. Keith Haney does it again. New track record. Oh, man. Keith Haney, 379. Breaks the track record again. Man. So, man, oh, man, Keith Haney, 379, breaks the track record again. My, oh, my. Again, X275 should be in 7 and 8. So that car didn't quite go straight as we're looking at it on the replay up here in Race Control on the YouTube channel. And, yeah, right about 500 feet, we saw all kinds of sparks and a little bit of smoke coming out of the right-hand side. So I got to believe that car may have had more in it. So, man, oh, man, great job. Great job by Motor Mania, Mark and Joanne. Great camera work on that as Keith Haney, 194 miles per hour. So he picked up 100th, but dropped 3.5, 4 mile an hour. Oh, man, so it looks like we're going to be okay here as Taylor Laster coming up. Taylor Laster. 681, his run. So let me ask you this. If you're Dwayne Mills, what do you do? Taylor Laster, what does he have in the bank? Can he possibly throw down a number? And let me ask you this. When was the last time you had an RVW race and you had Mark Miggy and Dwayne Mills both in the bottom half of the field? After only 2 sessions. Usually one of them's number one, and the other's usually in the top 5 or 6 somewhere. But they're both right now in the bottom half of the field. So here we go. Oh, boy. He kicks it sideways. That'll be it for Radial versus the World. Right now, let me give you the qualifying order. As Keith Haney breaks the track record again, 379. And how about the underdog, Tim Slavens, 388 at 206 miles an hour. Justin Martin, number 3, 425. And here's the shocker. Mark Miggy, number 4, 568. Number 5, Dwayne Mills, 639. Taylor Laster in the 6th spot at 681. Now, with Dwayne. I'm sure he radioed back, and they're possibly making some last-minute adjustments to Callie's car, because that's the advantage of running a two-car team. You can pass data back and forth. Yes, they are two different race cars, but Dwayne Mills knows what he's talking about. So there, how about that? X275 coming up. So my oh my, X275 Q2 coming up here. I'm sure Keith Haney, when they told him on the radio what he ran, broke the track record again, he's probably thinking two things. Neither one of them I can repeat over the PA, but okay, got the track record, but B, I saw.
Induction Solutions, home of the world's fastest nitrous system. With an international name like Induction Solutions, you can expect nothing but the best. We are not like any other nitrous company. We are specialized in higher end and are truly customer based and not cookie cutter. Induction Solutions specialize in the design, installation, flowing, and tuning of nitrous oxide systems. Induction Solutions is the best source for your nitrous systems, as well as nitrous kits and thousands of parts. We have done thousands of nitrous systems over the years on just about any application you can imagine. From street legals to pro mods, we do them all. We are known for our direct port nitrous systems, both wet and dry, as well as plate systems, and our very own plenum system, the Punisher. All of our work is custom. Every single system is built specifically for your setup. We are always open to make our customers' nitrous dreams a reality. Check us out today at www.inductionsolutions.com or give us a call at 352-593-5900.
Pro Systems, the world's fastest carburetors, with hundreds and hundreds of world records and championships in almost every venue. Pro Systems carburetors power the fastest vehicles in the world. With in-house CNC machining, the innovative SV1, and fully computerized wet flow testing, our technology, equipment, and expertise are second to none in the fuel performance market. At Pro Systems, we know what it takes to win, and we can make it happen for you. Get serious. Get Pro Systems, the world's fastest.
Right. Goes out from stretch to say fire him up and go. It's 275. Devin Brown. Nody Sturgeon. So Devin Brown currently in the 10 spot, 466. Odie Sturgeon right behind him. Well, actually, not quite right behind him in the 15 spot, 477, as 26 cars have officially taken time in that first session. But how about some names are at the bottom, like John Davidson, Phil Hines, Reggie Rabbit, Shane Fisher, Callie Mills. And number one right now, Marty Chance, new track record, 441. So here we go. Battle of Chevrolet Camaros. Final call for souvenirs. They'll be closing in about 15 minutes. Final call for souvenirs. They'll be closing shortly. But here we go. Devin Brown, Crowder side, Odie $462 for Brown, $479 for Sturgeon. No help for him, but Devin Brown picked up 0.04 of a second. He'll go up a spot to number 9. Odie stays right where he's at number 15. But you could call that a good run for Odie Sturgeon. He got from A to B, didn't go quicker. But, you know, he stayed right where he's at, pretty consistent, because remember what they say, consistency wins championships. And here's the man, Marty Chance, Cheney, Kansas. Number 1 qualifier at the new track record, 441 with a 7. Eric Moore out of Sander, Texas, the 93 Ford Mustang, currently 4th at a 452. If you're Marty Chance, do you do the same thing Keith Haney did? Just try to do your thing and not pay attention to anybody else? Or do you try to knock one out of the park and try to gap him a little bit? Now, Eric Moore, he's got his work cut out for him here, as you kind of want to try to outrun the number 1 qualifier. In qualifying, it can be a little, you know, a little bravado, a little bragging rights, so to speak. Again, for anybody watching on YouTube for the very first time here in qualifying, they're not racing each other. They're more so racing the clock. So they pull into the pre-stage beams. So the boost starting to build. Chances in, Marty. Eric's in. Here we go. Top end, 438. Are you kidding me? Marty Chance does it again. Look at the speed. 163. And folks, that is the 6th track record that's gone tonight. 438. And Eric Moore laid down a good number, 452, 165. Wow. So Marty Chance says you want some, come and get it. Wow. And we got one more day of this tomorrow. As Rodney Dowell, Mr. High Ride, Hayesville, Kansas. 89 Mustang, currently 21st at a 523. Dave Pierce out of Claremore, Oklahoma. He's 11th at a 468. A big nitrous purge there. And they're going to move on up. Ford and Chevrolet. So where my Ford fans at out there? Where my Chevy fans at? So here we go. Rodney Dowell, Dave Pierce. Here we go. Top band, he goes 469. No help for him, but a big improvement for Rodney. 495, 150. So Rodney will move up to number 18. Pierce will stay in the 11th spot. Well, you know, that's what you gotta do. You gotta keep it consistent. Just get the car from one end of the racetrack to the other. Or if you're Keith Haney, you just beat your own track record. Twice. So Travis Gore and Brian Brooks. Battle of Mustangs here. MX235 needs you to lanes 5 and 6, please. MX235 needs you lanes 5 and 6. MX235 for your second qualifying session, lanes 5 and 6. MX235 to 5 and 6 is Travis Gore, currently 14th at 477. Brian Brooks, number 3 at 449. What does that do for the psyche of Brian Brooks when right there you were just about a couple hundredths behind Marty Chance coming into the session? Now you're a full 10th behind. That just means the racetrack is there. 161 for Brooks. Travis Gore 473, 149. So they both improved as Brooks goes to number 2 by 0.04 of a second over Shane Heckel, and Travis Gore goes to 14th at 473. So how about that? John Hurd. $465 for John Hurd. 10th, and Chris Swain. Claremore, Oklahoma. 93 Ford Mustang, currently 12th at 469. So again, MX235 needs you to 5 and 6, please. MX235 needs you to lanes 5 and 6. So Hurd and Swain, Chevrolet and Ford. Let's see what they can improve on. Chris Swain, 466. He improves 155. And John Hurd, no help for him. He goes 506. He'll stay number 10. Swain goes up to number 11. So both right there together. And here the big engine coming up. That's our next pair. Shane Heckel and Mike Buttafuoco. He did not run in the first section. The first run for him. Shane Heckel was number 2. Now he's 3rd. MX235 and Pro Charger No Time to the lanes, please. MX235 and No Time, need you to the lanes, please. There we go. Shane Heckle and Mike Buttafuoco. Battle of Texas. 443 for Shane Heckle. 159. Mike Buttafuoco, 456. He goes number 7. Shane Heckle goes back to the number 2 qualifying spot. So they go numbers 2 and 7. So here we go, next pair up. Randy Matlock, right-hand side of Wentzville, Missouri. Matt Witt, left-hand side, currently 21st at a 517. Again, MX235, need the lanes, please, as well as Pro Charger No Time. To the lanes, please, as well. Here we are. So we're gonna have 2, we're gonna have 1. Then we're gonna have 2. As they're looking at Matt Witt's car as we see starter stretch taking a look. And we're gonna go 2. So Matt Witt, Crower side, Randy Matlock at Wentzville, Missouri. 23rd qualifier, 526. Witt, number 21, 517. And Witt ain't going nowhere. Look at Matlock go. 456. Big improvement for Matlock. Wow. So a big improvement for Randy Matlock. He said, hey, don't forget about me. I can run in the 50s. He goes all the way to number 7. Bumps Mike Buttafuoco down to 8. And drops Randy Witt down to number 22. As the next pair. Final call on souvenirs. Final call for souvenirs. Jimmy White. Cecil Whitaker, number 5 at 454. And remember, Jimmy White went up there and double bulbed Cecil, and now he backed up and said, okay. Oops, my bad. Cecil's in, waiting on shoot. Jimmy White, big improvement for him. 464 for Cecil, no help for him. So he'll go number 6. Jimmy White goes up to number 5. So man, that was a spot change. Everybody moving around a little bit. As here is a guy that has the potential to go number one, Kenny Hubbard. Currently in the number 11 spot at 460, and a guy by the name of Todd Moyer. Out of Pasadena, Texas, number 7 spot at 455. And again, MX235 and no time to the lanes, please. Again, we'll complete X275, then we'll go MX235, no time, and then we'll call it a night here at Osage Casino, Tulsa Raceway Park. Nitrous purge from Kenny Hubbard, Montgomery, Texas. 588 cubic inch Chevrolet Nova. Taking on the 400 cubic inch Mustang of Todd Moyer. So can Kenny Hubbard move up into the top 10? Well, Todd Moyer, we know he'll be no worse than how about a 447 to a 447? Todd Moyer, 447.7. Kenny Hubbard, 447.8. So right there, numbers 4 and 5 right together. Man, oh man. Moves all the way up to number 5. Todd Moyer jumped up a few spots to number 4. So here's Phil Hines and Shane Fisher. Now, ladies and gentlemen, listen to the burnout from Phil Hines on the left-hand side of the racetrack. Just listen. Hear that high RPM on that burnout from Phil Hines, the multi-time NMRA world champion, getting ready for Atlanta, the NMRA NMCA event, the All-Star Nationals down there at Atlanta Dragway next week. Shane Fisher, DeWitt, Arkansas, 93 Mustang, 26th. Phil Hines, 23rd. Again, Phil Hines, not a guy you would expect to be in the bottom half of the field, given the multi-time world champion that he is. But Phil Hines is always thinking. He's always learning. Every run he makes, good, bad, ugly, he's learning something. And that is one high revving machine. Again, I would love to see the RPMs when he does the burnout. I would love to see the data on that one. Well, Shane Fisher has struggled today at the Big Boomer in testing earlier today, and earlier on in the night in qualifying didn't quite make a good run. Actually, I wouldn't even call it a bad run. That was an ugly one. So Phil Hines, we'll see if he can do better. Again, they're chasing Marty Chance at 438. The RPM's going to start to build. Phil goes in, waiting on Shane. For Shane Fisher, 468. For Phil Hines, Shane Fisher, 498, 115. And pretty much the exact same thing that happened earlier today happened to Shane Fisher again. As we're going to take a look at it on replay, as man, oh man, I'd say not Shane Fisher, not the weekend he was looking for. as he's had problems, had his track record taken away from him. As the crew, or safety crew, going to go down and check on Shane Fisher, make sure he's okay. And then the officials on the racetrack going to go take a look at the racetrack, make sure that's okay. Again, look at it on replay. Both drivers looked like they had a good run going. And then boom. And possibly some engine damage on Shane Fisher. Definitely some damage to the hood. And once we get the all clear from our on-track officials and our safety crew at the far end of the racetrack, we'll continue on with X275 qualifying here. And let me give you the rundown right now. Marty Chance at a 438 new track record. Then you have Shane Heckle, number 2, 443. Brian Brooks in the third spot at 445. Todd Moyer, 447.7. Kenny Hubbard, 447.8. Eric Moore in the 6th spot, 452. Jimmy White in 7th at 454.3. Cecil Whitaker in the 8th spot, 454.9. Randy Matlock in the 9th spot at 456. And Mike Botafuco rounds out your top 10, 456.8. A couple names on this list that haven't run the session yet.
Billet Atomizer, the world's fastest racing injector. With over 40 years of experience, we are your #1 source for custom racing injectors and the only injector manufacturer in the world that can specifically target the fuel delivery needs of each application. Atomizer injectors are available. Sizes range from 42 pounds to 800 pounds per hour. Racer input is the key driver of Atomizer injector evolution. You asked, we listen. Available now, the new Roots and Screw Supercharged Pro Nitrous and Fitting Style injectors. These specifically designed injectors utilize features derived directly from racers of each class. Atomizer injectors are designed and manufactured by racers for racers and utilize only 100% U.S. materials and labor. Available now, our new Atomizer 4 racing injector ranges from 800 pounds all the way to 1,500 pounds and are available for your high horsepower single injector methanol application. Visit our website today at www.dragracing-injectors.com or give us a call at 757-250-3773.
Weekend thus far as the car hadn't gone past the tree without something. But hopefully on this run they can at least get it to the finish line under power. Starter stretch, just taking a look at both lanes real quick. The veteran starter here at Osage Casino Tulsa Raceway Park. An MX235 and no time should be in the lanes. Under the moonlit sky, Friday night under the lights here at TRP. Billy Smith goes in the pre-stage, and we're going to wait on the Rabbit. As the crew turns on How about 462 for the Rabbit, 156, and Billy Smith got to the finish line, 498. That'll put him 24th, but Reggie goes all the way up to number 13 at that 462 with a 9. So you gotta believe that Billy, looking at the mile an hour, only 113.25. He was out of the throttle, I would assume, at least probably about 400 feet. As next pair up will be J.D. Campbell and John Davidson. J.D. in Arlington, Texas. The Big Burnout. And John Davidson, the 80 Malibu. Out of Topeka. I like the brake lights on JD Campbell's car when he really applies brakes, how it goes like the strobes on there, like a pace car sort of thing. Those are nice. Both of these guys looking to move up, as I believe JD Campbell just wanting to get into the top 10, and John Davidson just wants to get out of the bottom half of the field. Is John Davidson going to do another burnout here? And starter stretch is looking and said, all right, boys, you don't take all day. And he said, if you're going to get up here, you got to go up here now. And it looks like he's going to go right in. But what's the deal now? As JD Campbell's backing up. So Campbell and Davidson. He improved. And John Davidson stays 25th, and JD will stay 11th. Picked up an ET, but didn't move up a spot, so he'll stay outside the top 10 for now. As next up, Tony Whitemore out of Hayesville, Kansas, 71 Nova, and Kendall the Show Dean out of Wichita, 69 Chevrolet. Final top on the Nova on the Crower side of the racetrack, and we're waiting on Kendall to pull into the box. Not sure what's going on with Kendall. Hadn't pulled into the box yet. Here comes Kendall. I think the head games are starting back already. So battle of Chevrolet Novas. Hard top and vinyl. So both of these two looking to climb out of the cellar, I guess you could say, as Whitemore is currently 21st, 485, and Kendall 18th, 470. You know, wasn't that long ago, 470, you were at the top of the pack. Now 470, bottom half of the field. And want to get out of the basement, get out of the cellar. Kendall Dean, big improvement by a 1/10 of a second. And how about Tony? 477 goes number 20. Kendall Dean goes 12th. Top half of the field for Kendall Dean, the show. And here's Miss Callie. Young lady in Sand Springs, Oklahoma. The Golden Panda. Of 27 cars that have taken time, Callie, 27th. So Callie Mills, I would say to get her in the comfort zone, I mean, she might have to put a 50 up on the board. The force right now, top half of the field, you got to go quicker than a 462. I would say to get in that comfort zone, 450s. Much better, much better. 443, even better. 161 miles per hour, and Callie Mills goes to the number 3 spot, just a thousandth of a second behind Shane Hackle. Man, oh man, Marty Chance, number 1, 438. Shane Hackle, number 2, 443. And Callie Mills, 435. Chris Maggard and Chris Webb, MX275. Battle of Chevrolets. Now the track record right now, Kendall going 471. There we are. Can either one of these gentlemen break into the 4-second zone in their respective Chevrolets? Slams it down hard, 485 for Chris Maggard. But man, oh man, that car went up, up, up. It looks like they're going to shut everything down and go take a look, and we'll look at it again. Man, oh man. So there we go. So how about a good run there for Chris Maggard, 45, as Robbie Clark and Kendall Goen will be the next pair. Again, looking at it on replay up here is that car, it went up and it went all the way up and it came down, or you saw the sparks when it slammed down. So Kendall Goen, new track record, 471 at 151.89 miles per hour. All right, so looks like the officials got what they got. There we go. Kendall going and Robbie Clark. Final pair of MX235. Here we go, final pair. MX235. So again, the Mustang. Do it again. Track record again. 152.49 miles an hour. My, oh my. So congratulations, Kendall Goen breaks the track record again. All right, here's the Pro Charger No Time category. All right, so no time cars here. Barry Lutz and Bobby Kruk. Again, don't forget that the Racers for Christ non-denominational chapel service tomorrow morning at 9:30 a.m. in the media room in the basement, in the base of the tower. It'll be on track at 11 a.m. with Radial versus the World qualifying. Q3. First pair in no time. It's Kruk really taking his time, and Kruk timed it. That's it. Kruk timed out. Brandon Carter and car 66 came over on the right. All right, so it looks like final car of the night. And there you go. Well, ladies and gentlemen, like I said, that'll be a wrap here from Osage Casino Tulsa Raceway Park. Thank you each and every one of you for coming out and joining us tonight. And what a great night it was. Track records broken all over the place. We will see you all tomorrow morning, 9:30 a.m. Racers for Christ non-denominational chapel service in the media room of the tower. We're on track tomorrow at 11 a.m. with Radial versus the World qualifying. And for all of us at Osage Casino Tulsa Raceway Park, I'm Fabian Brown saying so long. Thank you all for coming out. This has been a presentation of Osage Casino Tulsa Raceway Park on MotorMania TV's YouTube channel. Go to TulsaRacewayPark.com and MotorManiaTV.com for more. We'll see you all in the morning. Good night from Tulsa.
Okie dokie. I think that's it. Yeah. Hang on. Let me get a lower third there. Yes. Okay. I'm going to go through the videos. That was some spectacular racing tonight, wasn't it? Yeah. Okay. Anyway, but yeah, it was. Tune in tomorrow, 10:30. Central Daylight Time, so that's 11:30 for y'all out there on the East Coast. It's Greenwich Mean Time -5 for all y'all around the world. Okay, I'm gonna go through the sponsor videos, and y'all can say your goodbyes, and we will see you tomorrow. Okay.
Mark and Joanne, I'm going off radio. I'll see y'all in the morning. And Mark, whenever they're waiting on you, whenever you can get up here.
Anyway, so we will see you tomorrow. Thank you, and good night.
From small residential jobs to large commercial jobs, at Mills Truck and Tractor, we have all the right equipment to tackle all jobs big and small. From clearing lots to building ponds, Mills Truck and Tractor services are ready to get started today.
At F&S Dirt, we've got the dirt on you. That's right, we know everything about sandy loam, topsoil, pad dirt, mulch, or gravel. Pickup and delivery available. When you need to get the dirt on something, call us or visit us on Facebook. F&S Dirt.
Kryptonite Customs, high-impact, high-definition wraps, cars, trucks, SUVs, windows, signs, trailers, boats, buses, racing and commercial, even golf carts. Custom designs, solids, gloss, metallics, textures, even chrome. If you can imagine it, we can wrap it. The premier custom car and truck wrap shop, located in Broken Arrow, Oklahoma. Call us today. Let the transformation begin at Kryptonite Customs.
Dan Parker of Columbus, Georgia, has raced since he was just 8 years old, and nothing, not even going blind, was able to...
my life.
it came to me that, to have a purpose, to have a goal, that I've always been a goal-oriented type person. So to have a goal would get me out in the shop. This was about my healing process, but it's also about giving other blind people hope. And that's what, I want them to know, that there's so many goals in life. Everybody doesn't have to be a motorcycle racer, but there's so many things in life that are obstacles to blind people, and there's a way around it.